later, folks. Don't worry. Wheelbase. Now we'll just watch Scotty.
Guido told me that every landing was
is a Mark 8. One in the turret, 30 caliber, one in the ventral turret as well, that's just behind the bomb bay. And as I said, either 2,000 pounds for bomb or a Mark 13 torpedo. And they could also carry Navy, the Netherlands, the Uruguayans.
Post-World War II, once they got out of military service, used as fire bombers with a huge tank under the fuselage. Because many of them now are being returned to airworthy condition. It's a very solid aircraft, lots of parts available, but one of the most all the way to Japan and back, being navigated by B-29. And then the tank started before They were hurriedly re-prepared and within a week were flying on their first mission, which was then put to the B-29 North Korean Army. For the time it was a bit difficult to get propellers for these, but that problem's been solved now. First one landing, the B model.
Grey one. Both, as I say, Albury-based, Rangarana-based pilots. Flying those lovely T-28. So we've got a Nanjing on the side, which is tiny, just sort of versions of the Max, which are front and rear. The Yak 50TW.
That was pretty good.
Nice one, Jim. There's a nice bit of nice landing. And yes, he is.
Well, I think that's what the Yak 50 is for the China. So that's nothing.
That's why it's made Britain, because it does such good landing.
Very similar looking to the harbour, but totally different sound.
The main part that they were used for in World War II was especially for European
This is something that Andy and the boys up there at the battle that we used in it was the Battle of Mills Bay. We had 6 of them up there, number 632 squadron. This particular aircraft, the Camorra, was actually operated with number 6 squadron